Eating more than is adequate, especially in the face of scarcity, for the majority could be termed greed or gluttony. Penchop, pension. I recently stumbled on a letter dated the 17th day of October 2019, purportedly written by former governor of Zamfara State, Honorable Abdul Aziz Yari, where he was complaining about non-payment of his retirement upkeep of 10 million naira monthly. That's heavy. He stated that the last time he received the said sum was in July and requested that by the pension law of Zamfara State, his pension and upkeep allowance are not in the categories of privileges that can be truncated without any justifiable reason. Grammar. It's not news that Nigeria spends close to 40 billion naira on pension for former governors and former deputy governors in Nigeria annually. Majority of these former chief executives are drawing this humongous payout despite the lean resources of their states. Wickedness. These allowances, which are similar in nature across the various states, ranges from vehicle renewal and maintenance, housing allowance and salaries, medical benefits for themselves and their families. According to the recent survey, over 36.3 billion was expended on servicing 47 former governors from 21 states of the Federation in pension payment and provisions of houses for staffs and motor vehicle replacement between 3 and 4 years. According to the said report, payment of pensions to former governor for over a 4-year cycle are highest in Bauchi, Rivers, Akwa Ibom, Kwara, Zamfara, Edo, and Lagos states, with former governors drawing well over 40 billion naira over these 4 years. Even poor states like Kwara that can't pay workers' salaries are not left out. What a country. Shameful. These pensions and allowances are aside the prescribed 300% severance packages for governors by the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, as provided for in the Certain Political Office Holders and Judicial Officers Remuneration Act. A look at the pension law of Rivers, Kwara, Edo, Zamfara, Lagos, Bauchi, and Akwa Ibom will reveal a lot of similarities. But I will summarize all by peeping into the pension for former governors laws of Lagos State as a benchmark. Now let me shock you. Listen to this. 100% annual basic of equivalent salary for life for a former governor. The former governor gets 6 new cars every 3 years, even if he's opening a car shop. The deputy gets 3 or 5 cars every 3 years. The former governor gets a house in Lagos and in Abuja, any place of his choice. Why the deputy gets a house in Lagos only? Free medical care for the governor, his deputy, and their families for life. They are also entitled to cooks, steward, gardeners, and domestic staffs, all pensionable. Worst of all, 300% of annual basic salaries every 2 years as furniture allowance for the governor and his deputy. Also, 100% of annual basic salaries as house maintenance allowance. The house you build, you still maintain it for them. 2 DSS officials, 1 female officer, of course, for madam, and 8 policemen. No wonder there are none left to guard the rest of us. Deputy governor gets 1 DSS operatives, 2 policemen. And then, listen to this also. 25% of annual salaries for personal assistants. They must get personal assistants. 30% of annual basic salaries as car maintenance. So those 6 cars, you still maintain them for them, in spite of what they had taken while in office. 20% of annual basic salary also as utility allowance. No name. Pensionable drivers, no limit to the numbers. And finally, severance benefits, like 300%. Despite all these, some of these former governors still turn the Senate into a retirement home, while others are ministers, all drawing salaries in spite of these pensions. Unfortunately, the entitlement they enjoy are far more than what political office holders in developed and rich countries enjoy. More of why we will continually remain a developing country. You can't close your eyes to this ugly trend and pretend to fight corruption. It's impossible. We all must realize that we are the ones in opposition in Nigeria and not the political office holders in either APC or PDP. And we can't build a strong and varied country where public institutions work by emptying the state treasury to take care of a few who govern the state for a maximum of 8 years, while those that served the states during their youthful years for 35 years are dying by installment for lack of pension. My advocacy today would be, If we remove the houses in Lagos and Abuja, the 300 and 100% of annual basic for furniture allowances and house maintenance allowance, cut down the number of cars to 2 per 5 years and reduce the number of policemen to just 2, we would have saved enough to fund or fix some of these dilapidated roads and abandoned public hospitals.